Hello boys and girls, welcome back. So today's class we will be discussing one very small chapter which is chapter number 26. Now why I am saying very small chapter because we have only one section we dealt in it which is 406. Now section 406 is talking about Nidhi company. So maybe most of you might be wondering, sir, Nidhi companies के लिए only one formality is there, they should comply only section 406. Answer is no. Sir, Nidhi companies have to comply section 406 and majority of the content is there in rules. Now those rules are the Nidhi rules 2014. So whenever we are reading the concept of Nidhi, we will be discussing them jointly, sir. One, we will be having section 406 read with rules 2014, sir. So Nidhi rules 2014. Now to be very frank with you, sir, now when you read section 406, you don't understand or you don't find out what exactly is Nidhi, why they are incorporated, etc. So majority of the understanding with respect to Nidhis we will be getting by reading the rules. So generally Act may and sections will provide clarity, but here in present case section is not giving you clarity with respect to Nidhis. It only talks about if you want to be a Nidhi and when a particular company will be called as a Nidhi. That clarity only you get from the Act. But majority of the content, in fact I can say 99% of the content with respect to Nidhis are described in rules, the Nidhi rules 2014. Okay, very good. This is one part of the story, sir. Next part of the story. On 15/8/2019. Now, this date is very, very important for you to remember. On 15/8/2019, the Nidhi rules 2014 underwent some changes. So, these changes were brought by virtue of the Nidhi Amendment Rules 2019. So, Nidhi Amendment Rules 2019 has brought n number of changes in the Nidhi Rules 2014 which were drafted earlier. Now, by virtue of which, now you will be finding there are drastic changes in the provisions of Nidhi. So today, whatever rules we are going to read are including Nidhi Amendment Rules 2019. So what we will be doing, sir, we have to understand things in this manner. So if somebody asks me what is the legal framework for the concept of Nidhi, so my answer would be Nidhi companies are described or discussed in chapter number 27 6. Now chapter 26 is having one section called section 406 which talks about Nidhi, and this section is to be read along with rules. Which rules, sir? The Nidhi rules 2014 as amended by Nidhi Amendment Rules 2019. So this is the legal framework which we have to understand. Okay. Now what discussion we will be doing in our classes? Now, sir, I have divided the entire discussion of Nidhi into three parts. So part one may we will be focusing on understanding the definitions. Part two may we will be focusing on whom the Nidhi rules 2014 will be applicable, and third we will be discussing what are the provisions which are incorporated in the Nidhi rules 2014. Now, whenever I use a word Nidhi rules 2014, you should now understand as amended by Nidhi Amendment Rules 2019. So it will become very difficult for me to repeat this line, sir. So whenever I use a word Nidhi Rules 2014, you should understand I am including all those amendments also in it. Okay. So these are the three parts in which I am going to discuss. Now, so first, let us talk about definition of Nidhi, sir. Yes, sir. Now, so if at all you see, sir, Nidhi is defined. The word Nidhi is defined in Act also, and the word Nidhi is defined in rules also. Okay, so Act may when you refer, you will be finding section 406. Rules may when you refer, sir, we will be focusing on rule number 3 DA. So rule 3DA will be focusing or will be describing what is Nidhi, sir. So you can just see here rule section 406 is defining Nidhi, sir, and also we have a rule which is rule number 3 clause DA which defines Nidhi, sir. So you will be finding generally as a thing lawmakers never do, sir. They define a particular thing in Act also and in rules also, sir. But here you will be finding, sir, you have the definition of Nidhi in Act also, you have the definition of Nidhi in rules also, sir. First, My focus would be to explain what is Nidhi as per the rules. Now, if at all you observe this, once I conclude entire thing, sir, what we'll be observing is the definition which is given in the act is not full-fledged. It only talks about what, sir? When a company will be called as Nidhi. So when you read the definition which is given in section 406, sir, it will only give you answer to this question. When a particular company will be called as Nidhi, sir. Okay, sir. But when you read the definition in the rules, you will be getting answer for this question, sir. What are the functions of Nidhi? Or you can say what are the objects of Nidhi? Or you can say with what objects, with what objects nidhis are formed. So this clarity you will be getting when you read the rules. So with what objects nidhis are formed, sir, or what nidhis do, so you can say functions or objects of nidhi. So that clarity you will be getting when you read the definition given in rules, sir. Okay. So first focus of mine would be, first I will be discussing the definition which is given in rules, because it is this which will give you a practical knowledge, a good understanding of nidhis, why these companies are formed, sir. Okay. Chaliye, sir. Now let's discuss what is this Nidhi. Now, whenever I use a word Nidhi, can I say Nidhi is nothing but one company, sir? Okay, sir, very good. So it is formed as per Companies Act only. So Nidhis are companies. Okay. Now these companies are formed with one object. These companies are formed with one object. What is the object, sir? To encourage. These companies are formed with an object. What is the object, sir? To encourage. Now, instead of using the word encourage, lawmakers, now lawmakers I should not say, sir, now it is central government who defines the rules. So even though I use the word lawmakers, you should understand that if I am defining, if I am describing this with respect to rules, it is central government, sir. So lawmakers have used a word, instead of using the word encourage, they have used the word cultivate. Okay, so cultivate bolo या encourage bolo, I use them synonymously, sir. So nidhi kya hai? What is a nidhi, sir? Nidhi is a company. Now what this will be doing, sir? Nidhi is a company which is formed with an object. What object, sir? To cultivate. What cultivate, sir? To cultivate one habit. To cultivate one habit. What habit, sir? Habit of savings, habit of thrift. Okay, so this definition as it is you have to reproduce in exam, sir. Okay, very good, sir. So what is the definition which is given in rule 3 clause da, sir? Nidhi kya hai? What is nidhi? Nidhi is a company. Why these companies are formed? With one object. What is the object? To cultivate. Now always use a word cultivate, bracket may, if required you may write down encourage. To cultivate what? One habit. Habit of what? Savings of oblique thrift. Now, this habit you want to develop among whom? Among members. This habit you want to develop among whom, sir? Members. Okay. Okay. Very good, sir. So this is one part of the definition. I will explain you, sir. First, I am just breaking this definition into parts. Next, sir, ये जो habit है, मतलब you said habit of savings, habit of thrift among members. How you will be doing this, sir? By accepting deposits, lending money. So we will accept deposits, lend money. Obviously, to whom, sir? To members only. So we will accept. So we will accept deposits from the members. We will lend money to the members. Okay. Maybe most of you might have not understood what exactly I'm trying to tell you, sir. But still, एक छोटा सा part I wanted to draw first so that I can build on it, sir. Okay. Very good. So what exactly I'm trying to say? Nidhi is one company which is formed with one objective. What is the objective? And this is the sole objective, or you can say this is the only objective, sir. So nidhis are not formed with any other objective. आगे जाकर I will create one small exception whereby I will be talking about some locker facilities. But अभी के लिए है ना, for present thing You should understand they are only formed with one sole objective. What is the objective, sir? To encourage, to cultivate the habit of what, sir? Savings, habit of what, sir? Thrift among whom, sir? Members. Okay. Now let's understand what exactly Nidhi do, sir. Simple, sir. Once a particular company is called as Nidhi, okay, now what generally they do is this, sir. They will be accepting money, they will be accepting money. Now when I say accepting money, it is nothing but deposits. They accept money from members, and they give this money in the form of loan also to whom, sir? Members. Okay, so they don't do this financing activities with whom, sir? Outsiders. Only they will be doing this with themselves only. Okay, so they take money from members, they give money to members, sir. Obviously when they take money from members, obviously they will be giving some interest to them, sir. You know? And when they give money as a loan, sir, obviously they will be charging some interest. Agreed? So whatever deposits they are accepting, maybe say for example whatever is the rate of interest, sir, can I say the rate of interest which they will be charging on loan will be higher compared to the rate of interest which they are giving to members on deposits. Now that surplus thing is what I mean by their revenue, sir. Say for example, if they are giving you 5% interest on deposits, sir, maybe they will be charging, say for example, 10% on loans, sir. So can I say this 5%, remaining 5% is what their interest, sorry, is what their income is. So this is what the major income for what you say Nidhis is, sir. Okay, very good, sir. Now next question, sir. Sir, how this is different from bank? Now ऐसे के लिए you have n number of differences which I can show you for what you say Nidhis versus banks. We do have concept of banks, we do have concepts of NBFCs, we do have concept of what, sir? Nidhi. Agreed or not, sir? Now remember, sir, Nidhi is one class of NBFC only. Nidhi is one class of NBFC only, sir. That is different thing, sir. Nidhis are not governed by RBI today. So presently RBI has exempted Nidhi from governance, sir. So today RBI is not regulating Nidhi, sir. It is central government who is regulating whom, sir? Nidhi. So today there is no control. Presently I am talking about there is no control of whom, sir? RBI on Nidhis, sir. Except one savings interest that I will be talking about, sir. But otherwise there is no governance, there is no regulation of whom, sir? RBI. But can I say RBI do govern, RBI do regulate whom, sir? Banks also, to some extent NBFCs also, sir. But there is no regulation of RBI on whom, sir? So can I say Nidhis are having one free hand, sir. They need not follow the what you say guidelines given by whom, sir? RBI, sir. Okay, sir, but that doesn't mean nobody is controlling them. So who is regulating them, sir? Can I say they are regulated to Ministry of Corporate Affairs? That is nothing but you can say central government, sir. So today central government is having the total control on whom, sir? Nidhis, but not whom, sir? RBI, sir. This is one point which you have to understand. Now, why? What could be the reason why RBI is not regulating, sir? That reason, very simple way, may I can explain you in this manner. It's simple. If you are a bank, if you are a bank, sir, now can I say you can accept deposits from whom, sir? General public, and you will give money to whom, sir? General public, sir. So can I say you can accept deposits from public at large, you lend money to public at large. So can I say bank is dealing with public at large, bank is dealing with public at large. But when you see Nidhis, sir, can Nidhi give money or can Nidhi accept money from public at large? Answer is no. I already told you, sir, they accept deposits, they accept deposits only from members, and when they lend also they lend only to members. So can I say they are doing entire business with whom, sir? Their members only. They do not target outsider, they are doing business with only members. So can I say here restricted scope of business is there, here restricted scope of business is there, sir. Why? I am not dealing with public at large, but here public at large is involved, sir. So can I say as a situation may interest of many people need to be protected, sir. Hence we have a special regulator RBI here. But here can I say interest of only members are to be protected. Hence RBI has granted exemptions, sir, saying that even though Nidhis are one class of NBFC, sir, still registration with RBI is not required. But can I say central government is having full control on whom, sir? Nidhis. So suitable regulations, suitable restrictions which are required are always kept on whom, sir? Nidhi, by virtue of what, sir? Rules. So when we read rules, you will be understanding there are restrictions which are given by central government also on Nidhi. I hope this concept is understood, sir. Clear, bacha? Now, sir, but I did not discuss some words. What are those words, sir? Can I say savings? Thrift. What do you mean by thrift, sir? Thrift is to be cautious, to be cautious with respect to spendings, to be cautious with respect to what, sir? Spending. Cautious का spelling थोड़ा गलत हो गया. So to be cautious with respect to spending, sir. In other words, unnecessary expenditure you should not do, sir. Unnecessary expenditure you should not do, sir. So can I say more or less this is also focusing on what, sir? Savings only. So there are people who spend money lavishly, sir. So can I say you should spend money in a judicial manner? That is what I mean by thrifty, sir. So simple logic, sir. Can I say members will deposit money in Nidhi, sir, and Nidhis will give loan also to whom, sir? Members only. So can I say all in all, entire thing is happening with between whom, sir? Members only. So Nidhi is dealing with whom, sir? Members only. So can I say entire Nidhi concept is for the benefit of whom, sir? Members. Entire Nidhi concept is for the benefit of whom, sir? Members. So can I also call this as Nidhis are nothing but mutual benefit companies, mutual benefit companies, because Nidhi is doing business with their members only. Can I say of the member, by the member, for the member? So entire thing it is doing for their members only. Outsiders के लिए there is no scope in Nidhi, sir. So they are sometimes also called as mutual benefit company. Sometimes they are also called as mutual benefit societies, and ऐसे various names are also given. Okay, so now I am not saying, sir, but Nidhis are not a concept of 1 or 2 years, sir. From hundreds of years, the concept of Nidhi company is going on, sir. So presently, if at all any new company is incorporated, sir, we always ensure that at the end of their name, the word Nidhi Limited is written. At the end of their word, Nidhi Limited is written. So whatever is the name of the company, end may Nidhi Limited should be written. Present rule I am talking about. But there were, can I say, Nidhi companies are prevalent in India from hundreds of years, sir. So at that time, such strict rules were not there, sir. So most of the companies in India are existing with such names also, sir. So whatever is the name of the company, end may you will be finding mutual benefit company, mutual benefit society. Such words also you will be finding, sir. Still, they are prevalent, sir. That is going on, sir. Okay. So this is one small point which you were supposed to understand. Okay. So can I say what is a Nidhi, sir? Nidhi is a company which is formed with one objective. What is the objective, sir? To cultivate, to encourage. Which habit, sir? Habit of savings, habit of thrift. Among whom, sir? Among members. And what will Nidhi do, sir? Function क्या है, sir? उनका their function is very simple. They will accept deposits from the members. They will lend money to the members, sir. Okay. So they are of the member, by the member, for the member. I hope you understood this point, sir. Okay. But at any point of time, and sir, here how Nidhis are incorporated, do you think that is specified in the rules? Answer is no. What is given in the rules is only a functional definition. I call this as a functional definition. But what is exact definition as per the act, that we will be discussing, sir. Okay, section 406, what it talks about, that we will be discussing. So first I request you to make note of this rule definition. So rule 3 clause DA is what we will discuss. Just make a note, sir. Okay, I hope you might have written this one. Okay, so it's one small definition. What is a definition we are done, sir? Nidhis as per the rules. So rule number 3, clause number DA. We have understood what was Nidhi, sir. So when we read, we will go through very literally, sir, but presently एक understanding though you might have developed. Next, sir, to understand the definition which is given in the act. Now generally I do not believe in going back to the history, but to understand this definition, sir, something about past histories of Nidhi you have to know, sir. Okay, so presently what I have to now discuss, so I have to explain you what is the definition of Nidhi as per the act. I have to explain you what is the definition of Nidhi as per the act, sir. But that is not possible if I don't discuss one small concept which next few minutes we are going to take up, sir. So now a small concept which we have to discuss now is how this incorporation of Nidhi happens. है ना? Or better word, incorporation से भी better word is how Nidhis come into existence. How Nidhi come into what, sir? Existence. So इनका जन्म कैसे होता है, sir? How it happens, sir? So now let's understand this one. So how Nidhis comes into existence, or what is the process which is involved in making Nidhi operational? So today you are finding many Nidhi companies in India, sir. How they came into existence, sir? That process we have to understand. Okay. So now my answer is, sir, I told you history may generally I do not go, sir. Whenever I am discussing a provision, sir, I would like to ensure that we are living in the present, sir. But the thing is, every time I cannot, what is, skip this, sir. So here in this particular answer, if you know history, then only you can appreciate whatever the topic which I am going to explain you now. Hence, 1956 wala concept also I will be discussing to little extent required for me to explain the definition of Nidhi as per section 406 of Companies Act 2013. Okay. So Nidhis were there as per Companies Act also, 2013 also. Nidhis were there as per Companies Act 1956 Act also. Okay. So let's go forward, sir. So देखिए sir. So now presently we are discussing what, sir? Process. How these nidhis are becoming operational. कैसे इनका जन्म होता है, sir? Sir, can I say nidhis are formed as per Companies Act 2013? Yes. Nidhis are also formed as per 1956 Act also, sir. Okay. Now Companies Act में I told you drastic amendments has happened in the rules. Which rules, sir? The Nidhi rules 2014, and these rules were amended by virtue of what? The Nidhi amendment rules 2009, and from which day they are effective, sir? 15 August 2019. So in other words, can I say there were some Nidhis which were incorporated, there were some Nidhis which were formed as per Companies Act 2013, but before 15/8/2019. Agreed? So can I say I have classified them into this parts. तो देखिए, so Companies Act 2013 में you have two class of Nidhi companies now. One were incorporated before 15/8/2019, and others which will be incorporated on or after 15/8/2019. Okay, so today if one Nidhi has to come into existence, obviously can I say we will be going with route number 3 only, sir, because we are now Nidhi amendment rules are effective. So what is the essence of this date, sir? 15/8/2019 is the date on which the Nidhi Amendment Rules 2019 came into effect, sir. Okay. Up to here, I guess you should be able to understand. So can I say today in India we are having three types of Nidhis which are existing, sir, or you can say you can classify Nidhi into these three periods, sir. So some Nidhis which were, so to say, existing as per 1956 wala act, some Nidhis which were existing as per Companies Act 2013 but before 15/8/2019, sir, and some Nidhis which are incorporated, which are existing as per Companies Act 2013 plus, can I say they will be formed on or after 15/8/2009. Okay. Now, sir, if somebody asks me, Praveen, I have to incorporate one Nidhi today. Today, matlab I am talking about present day, sir. That is on or after 15/8/2019, sir. Okay. So, what is the process of incorporating a Nidhi? How Nidhi will come into existence? Let's see step by step procedures. Now, should we write all this in exams? Answer is no. Like understanding you have, sir, so that whatever three-liner definition which is given in the act you will be finding very easy to understand. Okay, chaliye sir. So step number 1, what is step number 1, sir? Sir, objective kya hai, sir? We have to bring one Nidhi into existence. So step number 1, what lawmakers say is how a normal company you incorporate, in the same manner you incorporate one company. So initially we are not saying that you incorporate a Nidhi company. What we just want is how you incorporate a normal company, in the same manner you incorporate one company, but ensure that that company is a public company. Because sir, moving forward I will be discussing, sir, nidhis are always a public company. Nidhis are always a public company. Nidhi may always equity share capital will only be there, preference share capital will not be there. What is the reason for that I will be discussing, sir, but abhi ke liye you just understand nidhis are always a public companies. Nidhis may you will be always having equity share capital only. There is no concept of preference share capital as per Companies Act 2013. Why I am using the word as per Companies Act 2013? Because 1956 Act में है ना some period के लिए we did allow nidhis to also issue preference share capital. So I don't want to confuse you now, sir. अभी के लिए what you have to understand, today if I have to incorporate a nidhi, today if I have to bring into existence one nidhi, what is the step I have to follow? Step number one, how I incorporate a normal company, in the same manner I will be now incorporating one company, sir. Okay, step number one, sir. But that company should be a public company, sir. That company should have only equity share capital, sir. तो देखिए, incorporate a public company, incorporate a public company meeting requirements of nidhi company. I'm not using the word incorporate a nidhi company. I'm just saying what, sir? Incorporate a normal company meeting requirements of nidhi. Now what is meant by meeting requirement of nidhi? Ensure that that incorporated company may, and you have only equity share capital, sir. Ensure that, and that what you say, company which you are incorporating, sir, and equity share capital should be there, sir. And minimum number of members should be, what you say, 7. Can I say we are incorporating a public company, and minimum directors should be 3. This I am telling you at the time of incorporation. Okay, very good, sir. Now very good. And also ensure that your memorandum may, that main object is only one. What is the object, sir? The object is to develop one habit, to cultivate one habit of what? Savings and thrift among whom? Members. Whereby you will be accepting deposits from members and giving loan also to members. That should be the only objective of your memorandum, sir. That should be the only object which you should write in the memorandum. So can I say step number one may, I have incorporated a company which meets the requirements of nidhi, sir. Okay, I am not using the word I have incorporated nidhi company. Okay, step number two. Now step number two may, see, remember one point, sir. Today getting nidhi is one status. In other words, first you will incorporate a company, then you will be getting nidhi status. Now that nidhi status you will be putting this to company. From that day your company will be called as nidhi company, sir. Simple. Step 1 may you are just a company. Step 1 may you are just a company. Step 2 may you are applying to central government to get the status of nidhi. Again. Step 1 may you are just a company. Step 2 may you are applying. You are applying matlab that incorporated company is applying to central government to get the status of nidhi. Okay. Now if government gives you the status, so step 3 may, sir, already you were a company, you got a status of nidhi, now you become a nidhi company. समझ में आया बच्चा? So that's the reason I am saying what, sir, never ever say you are incorporating a nidhi company. Okay, so you don't incorporate a nidhi company, you incorporate a company. Subsequently you get the status of what, sir? Nidhi, and then you will be called as a nidhi company. So can I say today it is a 3-step process. Step number 1, incorporate a normal company, but ensure that that normal company is incorporated in lines of nidhi company. What do you mean by in lines of nidhi company? Because generally एक निधि कंपनी में, है ना, you will be finding that they are always a public company and में निधि limited word will be used, sir, है ना सर, उसमें they should be only having equity share capital. So in line of nidhi you incorporate, sir. So step number 1 में you have incorporated one company, sir, and that company is always a public company. Step number 2 may you apply to central government to get the status of what, sir? Nidhi. And step 3 may central government by issuing a notification in official gazette. Central government by issuing a notification in official gazette will declare the company as a nidhi company. In other words, you will be getting the status of nidhi and hence you are called as a nidhi company. Okay, so देख लीजिए आप. So step number 1 में you are just one normal company, sir. एक normal company, how it will be, in that manner you are existing. So this is a company. Now step 2 में you are filing an application to CG to get itself declared as nidhi, or you can say you want to get the status. Okay, so what is the form you will be using, sir? NDH4. Now NDH मतलब निधि है ना, NIDHI निधि, निधि NDH4 is what you will be filing the application. Now, remember one point, sir. Now this application you are filing. Now do you think this application NDH we will be filing immediately, sir? Answer is no. Sir, incorporation say है ना, filing of NDH4 there will be some time limits, sir. Now what are those time limits etc. that we will be anyway discussing in rule number 3. What we will be doing, sir? We will be discussing this in rule number 3a. See, presently my object is to just explain you concept in a better manner, so that when we read the provisions understanding becomes easy, sir. Again, so you incorporate a normal company. Step number 2, you will be making an application, to central government to obtain the status of whom, sir? Nidhi. And step number 3 may, if central government is satisfied that all the compliances of requirements of rules are done, sir, then central government will give you the status of what, sir? Nidhi. How central government will give you the status of Nidhi, sir? By declaration है ना, in official gazette, sir. So they will be notifying the name in the official gazette. From that day onwards you will be called as a Nidhi company. Remember, okay? Now, sir, remember one point, sir. When you read the concept, what you will be finding is generally in a Nidhi company, minimum number of members should be 200 or more. Again, generally in a Nidhi company, minimum number of members should be 200 or more. Okay, sir, but you have said 7 here. Remember, sir, step number 1 may we did not incorporate a Nidhi company, we have incorporated a company. Now this is most important point which as a student you should remember. Okay, most of the time student may this concept clarity is not there, sir. They believe that right from day of incorporation 200 members should be there, sir. Answer is no. Sir, finding 200 members on the day of incorporation will become very difficult. Yes, I agree. Nidhi company may 200 members should be there, but I am incorporating Nidhi today. Okay. Now step number 2. Now can I say it is for this reason only? It is for this reason only. Lawmakers are giving you certain time. When I say lawmakers, you should understand, sir, whatever provisions I am discussing are from rules. So central government is giving you some time, sir. What a time, sir? Ki bhaiya, step 1, you have incorporated a company. Now you want to get the status of Nidhi. But can I say when you want to get the status of Nidhi, you have to comply with all the provisions of Nidhi rules. Now Nidhi rules says how many members should be there? 200 members should be there, sir. So now what you should do, sir? In this time limit, you have to ensure that you have those minimum 200 members. Is this point clear or not, sir? Once you have complied with all the Nidhi rules, sir, then you have to file NDH4. Sir, is there any time limit within which it has to be filed? Yes, sir. Those time limits are given in rule number 3. So presently, let's not go into details. Let's understand the concept. That is enough. When we read rule number 3A, we will be going into detail. I hope you understood this point, sir. And step number 3 may, what will CG do, sir? CG if satisfied that all the requirements of Nidhi rules are satisfied. What is Nidhi rules are talking about? 200 members should be there, sir. So can I say on the date of incorporation you were not having. Subsequently you have got those 200 members and all other provisions of Nidhi also you have complied with. Now central government by virtue of notification in official gazette will declare this company as a Nidhi company, sir. So can I say you will be now getting the status of what, sir? Nidhi. So can I say step number 1 may you were a company, step number 3 may you got the status of Nidhi. Now you are called as a Nidhi company. I hope I have justified this answer, sir. Clear, bacha? Now, so up to here also I request you to please, or just understanding is enough, sir. Okay. Now, next point which I want to tell you is this, sir. Sir, whatever concept I discussed now, ये जो step 1, step 2, step 3 I told you, sir. Now this is to be followed for every company which wants itself to be called as a Nidhi company now, sir. So can I say today I have discussed point number 3 wala concept. What is point number 3 wala concept, sir? Those companies which wants to be Nidhi companies on or after 15/8/2019. So presently I did not focus on this part, sir. Okay. Now, similarly, sir, as per 1956 Act, so today we have section 406 as per Companies Act 2013. As per 1956 Act, we used to have one section called 620A subsection 1. So today in a 620A subsection 1, sir, under 620A subsection 1 Nidhi companies were there. Okay, now sir, remember one point, sir. Whatever process I told you, three-step process I told you, sir, same process used to happen for 1956 act also, sir. So can I say 1956 act and today whatever present process we are talking about, sir, in दोनों का steps are same. इसलिए you see, sir, when a company is called as a nidhi, when a company is called as a nidhi, when a company is called as a nidhi, so whatever process I told you is for one also and is for three also, sir. समझ में आया? But I did not tell you the incorporation I did not tell you the process for whom, sir, this part. Okay, sir, here thoda बहुत difference is there, sir, which I will be discussing in next slide. I hope up to here everything is clear, sir. Clear, bacha? Now, what exactly I am discussing, sir? If somebody wants to form one Nidhi company, sir, if somebody wants one Nidhi company to be in operation, what is the process? So can I say, as per Companies Act 1956 and as per Companies Act 2013, on or after 15/8 2000, 19, sir, the process is simple. Step 1, incorporate a normal company. Step number 2, apply to central government to get the status of Nidhi. Step number 3, central government by issuing notification in the official gazette will declare, what is what I'm using? Will declare you as a Nidhi, sir. And will declare you as a Nidhi, or central government will grant you the status of what, sir? Nidhi. I hope you understood the point, sir. So 1, 2, 3. Now, when will central government declare you as a Nidhi, sir? One important thing what central government will check is all the requirements of Nidhi rules 2014, or better word is all the requirements of Nidhi rules are compliant with, sir. Okay, up to here I guess you understood. So can I say like this, sir? A company will become Nidhi company. A company will become Nidhi company from the date of declaration by CG. Agree? Today you are just a company. Step number 1. You will be a Nidhi company. You will be a Nidhi company only when from the date of declaration by CG. So can I say, is incorporation an important thing for Nidhi or declaration is an important thing for Nidhi? So my answer would be declaration is an important thing for Nidhi. I hope you understood this point, sir. Clear, bacha? Now, sir, I have to also tell you, though this is also a history today, which is also a history today. This is also a history today. This is also a history today, sir. Okay, but आगे जाकर I will link this history also, sir. Now, sir, but whatever definition which I wanted to teach, sir, now we are ready, sir. So let us try to understand what is the definition of Nidhi as per rules also, as per section also, sir. First, let us try to see the definition of Nidhi as per the rule. So, which rule we are discussing, sir? Today I am discussing Nidhi rules 2014. Nidhi Rules 2014 as amended by Nidhi Amendment Rules 2019. Okay, let's see what they are saying, sir. Nidhi means a company, already I told you, sir, which is incorporated as a Nidhi with an object of, okay, with an object. So what is the object, sir? With an object of cultivating. What do you mean by cultivating? I told you, encouraging, sir. What habit? Which habit? Habit of thrift, habit of savings. Now this habit, where we have to develop, sir? This habit we have to develop among the, how we will do this, sir? By receiving deposits from the members, by lending money to the members. So can I say lending to members, receiving deposit from members? Why? For their mutual benefit. Why the word used is there? Because we are taking from members only, we are giving to members. So can I say we are of the member, by the member, for the member. So we want the benefit of our members only. मनम मनम फीलिंग इज देयर, सर, है ना? मैं थोड़ा लालची हूँ, मैं स्वार्थी हूँ, मैं अपने मेंबर्स का ही सोच रहा हूँ. आई एम ओनली थिंकिंग अबाउट माय मेंबर्स, है ना? सो दिस मनम मनम फीलिंग इज देयर हियर, सर. ओके, next, sir, it should also comply with whom, sir? Rules. Which rules? Obviously, and prescribed by whom, sir? CG. Did CG prescribe any rules? Answer is yes, sir. Nidhi rules 2014, sir. And why CG is prescribing this rule, sir? To regulate what, sir? Nidhi company. To regulate what, sir? Nidhi companies. I hope this definition is very simple. Can I say here it is defined like this? Now, when you see, can I say I have broken down this into two parts, sir. One, I told you what is Nidhi. Nidhi is a company. Why it is formed? With one object. What is the object? Developing a habit. Habit क्या है? To है ना, encourage what, sir? Savings. To encourage what, sir? Thrift. Where? Among members. And how they will do this, sir? By accepting money from the members, है ना. Money मतलब deposits from the members and lending money to the members, है ना. Why? For their mutual benefit. For their mutual benefits. Okay, only this much? No. Plus you should also comply with rules. Which rules, sir? Which are given by CG, sir. Why CG is giving these rules? To regulate the Nidhi, sir. Okay, did we buttify the definition? Answer is okay. Now, so one definition I have defined, sir. Okay, now let us see what is defined in section 406. So देखिए, section 406 provision contained in the act. So here you will be finding subsection 1, subsection 2, subsection 3, subsection 4, subsection 5. Now, sir, 2, 3, 5 are not that important for us, sir. I will tell you why. But yes, 1 is very important, sir, and 2 somewhat it is. First, let us discuss 1, sir. Now, 1 is nothing but definition, sir. देखिए, निधि or mutual benefit society. Why the word mutual benefit society? I did say you, sir, not today, but है ना, निधि concept is existing from hundreds of years, sir, है ना. So 1956 Act के हिसाब से also and previous company law के हिसाब से also निधि companies were formed in India, sir. Now can I say ये एक परंपरा चली आ रही है, sir. So in this parampara there were n number of companies which were called as Nidhi, and some companies were called as mutual benefit society also. I will show you some companies also, or better I will show you now itself, so that at least you will trust me, sir. देखिए, so I am just having one list of all the Nidhi companies. You can see, sir, there were some companies. Now देखो, date of incorporation देखो, हिंदूपुर म्यूचुअल बेनिफिट परमानेंट है ना सोसाइटी. So incorporation date you can see, sir. Can I say है ना भयंकर 6/9/1918. So you can also see the Mailapur Hindu Permanent Fund Limited. Actually it is a Nidhi company only, but can I say end May? What is the word you are using, sir? Permanent Fund Limited. And which day it was incorporated? 14/11 है ना 1872, sir. So can I say many companies were incorporated in the past, sir. In the past है ना, sometimes some companies used to write a word in the what you say end May as Nidhi Limited, or some companies were using this word, sir. देखो, some cases में Benefit Society Limited is also used. Some cases में Permanent Fund Limited is also used, sir. देखो, this company है ना, चिदम्बरम हिंदू स्वास्थ्य Janakula Nidhi Limited, sir. So there they are using a word Nidhi Limited. In other words, at that time we were not strict enough what should be the end name, but Nidhi rules 2014 onwards they are strict, sir. They want end may only one word, which is Nidhi. So इसलिए if you see, sir, from now onwards any companies which are incorporated as Nidhi, sir, you will be finding end name में Nidhi is always used as a subject. बट क्या से ओल्डर कंपनीज एक्ट में इतना स्ट्रिक्ट प्रोविजंस वेर नॉट देयर, इसलिए यू हैव मेनी कंपनीज व्हिच एंड विद निधि वर्ड, निधि लिमिटेड वर्ड, एंड सम अदर कंपनीज विद these words also. Hence lawmakers thought there should be no double impression. Hence while defining we will say Nidhi also, we will say mutual benefit society. Okay, so now Nidhi or mutual benefit society means a company, right? It's a company which the CG by notification in the official gazette declare to be a Nidhi or mutual benefit society as the case may be. So in other words, can I say this is what it is talking about, getting the status, getting the status, or how you will come into existence, how you will come into existence. So can I say now whatever definitions I have defined, first can I say rules may they were only telling you what Nidhi will be doing, है ना, or in other words what it does, what it does is what it is defined here, what it does is what it is defined here. How it will come into existence, how it will, it matlab Nidhi will come into existence is defined in the act. So in other words, if one has to get an understanding of Nidhi, he should have knowledge of both of the definition. So now tell me, sir, how Nidhi will come into existence? Based on incorporation or on the date of declaration? Declaration is important, sir. So first you incorporate a company and subsequently you get it declared. And how it will get it declared, sir? You will be filing one form called NDH4. I already told you NDH4 form you have to file, sir. So देखिए, Nidhi or mutual benefit society means a company. So can I say first company should be in existence. Company which the CG may by notification. Now tell me, sir, why will CG notify a company? Obviously, you might have filed an application to CG and requested the CG कि please declare us as Nidhi. So can I say company which the CG may by notification in official gazette declare the company as a Nidhi. Can I say from that day you will be called as a Nidhi company or a mutual benefit society. From that day onwards that will happen. I hope I have justified the definition. Clear? So this was very important for us to understand. Moving forward, itna technical aspects they are not, sir. So maybe this was the part where due analysis was required. I hope you understood this point, sir. Okay. So can I say, if you remember, I told you we have to divide the answers into three parts. First, I have to explain you definition of Nidhi, and maybe Hannah, by this time you should be having a crystal clear clarity of what is a Nidhi company. So section 406 is only talking about what, sir? How Nidhi will come into existence. So how Nidhi will come into existence? Nidhi or mutual benefit society means a company which is declared by CG in the official gazette as what, sir? Nidhi, sir. And rules may, can I say, Nidhis are a company which are formed with one object. Object of what, sir? Cultivating the habit. Which habit, sir? Habit of savings, habit of thrift, and a deposit lending among the members. So that part we have to write, sir. I hope you are understanding this point, sir. Okay. Now applicability of Nidhi rules. So let me see. Yeah, okay. We will check this, sir. So up to here, I guess things are clear, sir. Now, so let us see also some balance part of section 406. Now subsection 2 is saying what, sir? कि सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के पास एक पावर है. What is a power, sir? Whenever they are notifying a particular nidhi, sir, now they are having a power to grant exemption. So that exemption they can give to all the nidhis, sir. That exemption they can give to all the nidhis, saying that total companies. See, simple. Today Nidhi is also a company. Today Nidhi is also a company, sir. So in other words, should a Nidhi company also follow other provisions of Companies Act? Yes. So whatever provisions of Companies Act is there, sir, Nidhi company should also follow, because you are a company first and then subsequently you became a Nidhi. You are a company first, then subsequently you became a Nidhi. Okay. So now what I am saying, sir, once you become a Nidhi company, central government के पास power है to grant some exemptions. What exemptions they can grant, sir? Now what exemptions they can grant, they are not saying, sir. We can grant exemption that is described or that is specified in section 406 subsection 2, sir. देखो, central government may by notification in official gazette direct that any of the provisions of this act specified in the notification. So can I say how this exemption will be given, sir? By notification. Shall not apply to any nidhi. Shall not apply to any nidhi. So can I say this is full exemption? This is full exemption, sir. Or shall apply to any nidhi or mutual benefit society with such exemption. In other words, this is partial exemption. मतलब provision of Companies Act will apply, but in a modified manner, in a different manner, sir. Okay. So this part is what you have to understand. Okay. So can I say point number 2? Point number 2, so I should not say it is subsection 2, sir. Subsection 2 is giving power. Power to whom, sir? CG. What power, sir? Power to grant exemptions. Sir, to whom they can grant exemptions, sir? To all the Nidhi companies. So remember, they are not giving exemption to specific Nidhi company. They are giving exemption to all the Nidhi company. What type of exemption? Either full exemption with respect to any particular provision of Companies Act or partial exemption. What do you mean by partial exemption? Matlab section will be applicable but with a modified manner. Sir, can you tell me one example? Yes. Can I say, if you remember section 160, remember section 160 in directors chapter I discussed this, sir. Whenever you want to, matlab 160 was giving one power to whom, sir? Company. They can add a fresh face to their board of directors. In other words, you are appointing a director who is other than a retiring director in the board of directors. So in that case, if you remember, we used to have one security deposit or deposit wala criteria, where 1 lakh rupees as a deposit you have to give, sir. Remember? But if you remember in sections 160 only, I did discuss, sir, for Nidhi companies, instead of 1 lakh, you will be having only 10,000. You will be having only 10,000. So can I say here this part is also an exemption? Yes. Will it come under full exemption or will it come under partial exemption? It will come under partial exemption. Why it is a partial exemption, sir? Can I say generally 160 may and every director, every company may and you should take 1 lakh rupees. But if it is a Nidhi company, sir, there only 10,000 will be there, sir. Similarly, if you remember section 185, loan to directors, etc. If you remember, loans to director is prohibited. Company cannot give loans to directors. But निधि में है ना आगे जाकर आई विल टीच यू सर वन कॉन्सेप्ट आई विल टीच यू in Nidhi companies. Every person who is a director, every person who is a director is also a member. In other words, a person who is not a member cannot become a director, sir. So first thing is you should become a member, then you will become a director. Agreed or not, sir? Now can I say Nidhis are giving loan to whom? Nidhis are giving loan to whom? Members. Agreed or not? Nidhi is taking money also from whom, sir? Now imagine, sir. Can I say a director who is also a member? A director who is also a member, sir. So Nidhi generally can give loan to member. So can I say Nidhi should also give loan to director, sir? Remember, here Nidhi is not giving loan to director but giving loan to director in the capacity of a member. So can I say today imagine Mr. A is playing two roles. What are the roles, sir? He is a member also, he is a director also. So Nidhi is giving loan to this particular Mr. A in the capacity of member but not in the capacity of director. In other words, at the end of the day, did the director receive the loan or not, sir? But was this exempted? Answer is yes. Can I say section 185 3 may you can see this or 185 may you can find out, sir. So there is a exemption which is given. So can I say like this? Can I say like this? Government के पास ये power है, sir. If you want to know all the notifications with respect to exemption, sir, so we have a notification number 465E, sir. So if you can Google it, 465E, this notification was issued on 5/6/2015, sir. You will be finding list of exemptions which are given by government to whom, sir? Okay, so this part I wanted to discuss. Okay, so can I say point number one? Point number one, matlab subsection number one was talking about definition of Nidhi. Was it a functional definition? No. By looking at this definition, do you will come to know how Nidhis will function? Answer is no. But you will come to know how Nidhi will come into existence. So what is the most important word, sir? Here, declare, and a declaration is more important word. The date of declaration is the date on which Nidhi comes into existence. And second subsection में what we have understood, sir, कि power है central government के पास, they can give exemption. Now whatever exemption which central government wants to give, directly it will not notify. They will present such notification both the houses of parliament, sir, approve their what to say get their assent, sir, and in that manner only this notification will come into picture. That is what 3, 4 and 5 is talking about. Exam point of view, and there is no relevance for this, sir, so you can ignore it easily. I have kept this in a small font also, sir, because relevance is zero. So what you have to remember is subsection 1, subsection 3 is only talking about what, sir? Whatever exemption which central government will give by issuing notification and official gazette, sir. Before issuing that notification and official gazette, sir, they have to obtain, and you have to lay down that exemption notification in both the houses of parliament and obtain their approval. So that procedural is written in subsection 3, 4 and 5, sir, which is not that relevant for our exams. Okay, so moving forward, we have to now discuss other provisions of rules. So what are we done in today's class, sir? Sir, we are done with section 406 completely, sir. We are done with rule number 3 DA, rule number 3 clause DA. We are done, sir. Remaining rules we have to discuss. So I did also mention about 3A, but what is this 3A, etc., we will discuss. So in other words, these two parts are pending, and to whom Nidhi rules are applicable, and next is provision contained in the rule that I will be taking up in next class. Thank you very much.